Hello everyone! Since the NHL season started this weekend, I thought it was time to build my own hockey arena in Cities Skylines 2. If you watch this video and follow along, you'll soon have one in your city too. We start by making outlines and guidelines for the ice rink. I think 64 by 32 meters are reasonable measurements. And don't worry about the parts that stick out, they will come in handy later in the video. As you surely know, the ice is not square, time to fix the corners. For this we use the simple curve tool. Then do exactly the same way in all four corners of the ice. Now it's time to make the red and the blue lines on the ice. For this I use a surface pack created by the great Elgendo 87. Play around with the snap tools to create as thin lines as possible. Then it's just eyeballing them to the right place. It is far from perfect, but it doesn't matter much, I think. The roof will still hide most of it. Now it's finally time for the ice, and again we use a surface created by Elgendo. Just follow the areas that are still covered with grass, and soon we will have our ice rink ready. Looks pretty good, huh? We don't have any in-game face-off circles yet, so now we have to use our imagination a bit. Some of the graffiti decals work pretty well, I think. I would love to use this one from Picanha, he's a great inspiration to me. But this decal is unfortunately a bit too small for this project. But this one from Sully works great to use as a face-off circle. Now it's time to play some goals, then we can remove the pathways from the ice. Just search for hockey and find it, then you will see the goal pop up. I am just eyeballing it to get it as centered as possible. And remove the pathways from the ice. And add the last face-off circle. Now it's time for the boards. Unfortunately, we don't have any really good option here, but I think the NA fence residential is good enough. I think the height is enough anyway. And we use the line tool to get it in place. Time for some detailing, some player benches, penalty benches, scorekeeper's bench, and of course, lighting. Now it's time for our little hockey rink to become an arena instead. And can you guess what we're missing? That's right, stands. Today we will make a completely circular arena. But if you would like to make a more traditional one, I think you should check out my video when I build a football arena, linked in the description below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video if you would like to see more custom builds like this. Time for some concrete surfaces on the ground floor of the arena, before we go ahead and build some additional floors. Time to build a second floor, and again we will use the circle tool, but don't forget to raise the elevation. You need to raise it 3 meters for it to fit. And for the third floor we do the same, but raise another 3 meters. Time to get the last floor in place. This time I choose the stands with the roof and raise it another 3 meters. The advantage of the stands with a roof, except that it has a roof, is that it also adds solid walls to the building. And speaking of roofs, time to cover the arena. For this I used the pedestrian horizontal pillar number 43 to begin with, and just used the line tool to cover it completely. But don't forget to set the correct elevation. For this arena, 12 meters will be good. Don't worry about the pillars sticking out of the building, we'll clean that up in a bit. Just add some smaller pillars to fill the gaps in the roof. Now that the roof is in place, I think it's time to frame the block a bit. Nothing fancy at all, just need some roads, parking, and of course, trees. And again we use the concrete surface made by Sully. To make it easy, we use the invisible road path with parking to create parking lots all around the arena. We don't want it to look too boring. Time for some trees and bushes. And of course, our Sims must be able to enter the arena to watch the games. I use the in-game storefronts as entrances. Now that the trees and bushes are in place, we only lack lighting in our parking lot. So let's add some. I think this will be good. Let's check it out in the moonlight. Yeah, looks good enough to me. Before we run a montage, I just want to remind you to like the video and subscribe to my channel. It will really help the channel grow. See you in the next one. Bye bye.